In just a few moments, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, will join us. First, joining us now, best-selling author on freedom of the press, host of Life, Liberty, Levin. I call him the Great One, also a nationally syndicated radio host, Mark Levin. Mark, let me go right to your wheelhouse, which is our Constitution. Joe Biden literally said that he'll tell us after the election where he stands on court packing. I want your position on that. Pelosi's comments on the 25th Amendment, the threat of Schumer to end the legislative filibuster, biggest power grab that I have seen in 150 years. And tell us the constitutional significance of this.
This is our Constitution. Men and women have gone to war to defend this document. Men and women have died to defend this document. It is the finest governing document ever created and established by mankind. Do you want to know why? Because it protects the individual from centralized government. It protects us from the mob, and it protects us from the monarchy. Right now, the mob has a voice in the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party wants to destroy this country. That's why it intends to attack the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court's one of our three branches. The Democrat Party is saying, we don't give a damn. If that branch doesn't bow to our will, we're going to destroy it. They want to destroy half of Congress by loading it up with Democrats. So there's Democrats in Congress that control that body for a generation. Then they want to destroy the legislative process. So nothing can be done, nothing, to stop them. All the checks and balances will be killed. All the checks and balances will be destroyed. Why? Because Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer have an agenda that they want to ram down the throats of the American people. This election is about this. The Constitution of the United States. When you vote, you're voting now. You're voting on your liberty. You're voting on your country. You're voting for the men and women in uniform overseas who are fighting for this document. The Democrat Party is not this country. It doesn't get to rule over us. It doesn't get to have monopoly power over our government. And yet that's what it seeks. And we have a coward in Joe Biden, a man who has been a racist for much of his life, a segregationist for much of his life, a bigot for much of his life, hiding behind a virus. And he won't tell us if he'll defend the Constitution of the United States. We have a candidate for President of the United States who will not tell us if he'll defend separation of powers, one of the branches of the federal government, because he's concerned that'll be a headline. It'll be a headline. God forbid if he's sworn and he puts his hand on this document and he says he's going to uphold the Constitution. I don't know who the hell Chuck Schumer thinks he is. He's a passing footnote in history, or Nancy Pelosi, a passing foot in history. They don't get to decide in New York City and San Francisco how the rest of us live. Now, let me tell you how ignorant Nancy Pelosi is, how bombastic and buffoonish Nancy Pelosi is. The 25th Amendment, I didn't even know she could count to 25. Does she know what's in the 24th or 23rd Amendment? She knows nothing. The 25th Amendment provides in part that the vice president and a majority of either the principal officers of the executive departments or of such other body as Congress may by law provide determines that the president is no longer able to carry out his duties. Well, the vice president and a majority of the principal officers aren't going to do this, so they need another body. The problem is there is no other body because there's no law that's created another body. So she gets up there on stage with her stupid-looking mask that looks like it was somebody's old sofa, and she gets up there, and you know what? Come back tomorrow. We're gonna talk about the 25th Amendment. Well, what are you going to tell us, Nancy? Let me tell you what she's going to do. And the media are going to run with it because they're as ignorant as anybody else. We're going to set up a commission. We're going to pass a bill in the House to set up a commission with experts to look at this president and the medicines that he's taking. But it's not the law, because the Senate's not going to pass and the president's not going to sign it. She's setting up nothing. She's doing a fan dance. This is another phony Nancy Pelosi drama act 3.5 weeks before the election. Let me tell you about this woman. This woman has told our airlines, our pilots, she's told our ticket agents, she's told the people who work on the airline industry, go to hell and drop dead. because I can't get the money to bail out Cuomo. I can't get the money to bail out Newsom and all these other fools that run these states into the ground. And because I can't get that money, people who are unemployed are getting nothing. People who run little stores are getting nothing. The airlines are going to go upside down because Nancy Pelosi's decided she is blackmailing America. Nancy Pelosi's decided you either give in to her, you either destroy the Constitution, or what? Or she's going to destroy the country.
Mark Levin, Life, Liberty, Levin, #1 show, weekends, and his nationally syndicated radio host. Thank you, Mark.